Welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. My name is Chris, bringing it to you from Westlake Village, California. And today we're going to go over the bullish and the bear case, for Bitcoin. And I want to bring up the bullish points first, as we are putting in a bit of a double top here, coming into the green 55 exponential moving average. And one of the setups we look at is when the BBWP is below 20 as we are approaching the green 55, and that's exactly what we have with the silver cross present. Is it guaranteed to bounce from here? No, but very likely some kind of a bounce. And the real question is, can we reclaim pretty much the yesterday's high coming in at 70,300? Anything below there is just going to be another lower high. And yeah, so point for the bulls. You've got the green 55 holding us up. So far, so good. Additionally, the bull case here on Bitcoin, if you ask me, is that we really quickly reclaim the 200 exponential right here, coming in at 67,800, back above there. So if we did something like this, we pop up here, we pop up here and make a higher low, and then potentially we could look at another run at the top side of the range. I do want to preface that with the bear case scenario, which is more like this, where Bitcoin puts in another lower high, makes a lower low, gains acceptance here, and then pushes it a bit deeper. So again, looking for this reclaim of the range here. You could front run it somewhere around this level, I would say. The 4-hour closure back above pretty much where we're at right now. We got another hour left on this 4-hour candle, but front running, flipping the support into resistance. If we do see a strong rejection there, good early warning sign that potentially we're going to come down to the golden pocket, the 0.5 and the 618. And just doing a quick fib retracement here from the low to the high here, you can see that is pretty much where the invalidation gap, the fair value gap is, so they call it. Price likes to go back into that area. And if we use just the candle bodies, I think it lines up a little nicer. But yeah, there's the 0.5 and the 618 coming in somewhere around 65 to 64,000. And that would still potentially grant us that head and shoulders we were looking at. Another thing, point for the bulls here, is this is pretty much a perfect breakout retest, right? So we came for the breakout, retested. I guess it depends on where you draw it from here. Let's see, does it draw out a little better from the 4-hour pivots here? Not really. So I think the daily was correct there, and I'm going to leave us with that. So the breakout retest of a trend line back to the scene of the crime, so they call it, and that is lining up with additionally here on the daily time frame, a 382 Fibonacci retracement, also the 0.5. So do you get bounces from that region? The more aggressive traders are going to take the trade from the 382. The more conservative, right off of the 0.5 of the 618, which is coming a bit deeper with a big red candle. All right, so another point for the bears here is going to be the bearish divergence on the 2-day time frame. You have two higher highs in price with two lower highs in the RSI. Coming back from this pivot right here, I believe it is. Let's see. So you can see two lower highs there and two higher highs in price. Yep, indeed. So, does that give you a shot typically to the 21? So again, another point for the bulls where you can get that bit of a bounce, but it isn't unforeseen for that kind of a divergence to play out a little bit deeper into this green box. And I think all eyes are going to be on the Fed meeting tomorrow. And the question is, not whether or not they raise rates, because there's a 99% chance they are not going to raise or lower rates. They're going to keep them the same. But what is important is CPI coming in either higher than expected or lower than expected, which will goose the odds in the favor of the people who want a rate cut, in their favor. If inflation continues to come down, you'd expect that they, forecast that rate cut to come somewhere in, I would say, September or November, which they're already pretty much pricing that in. Some kind of a rate cut before the end of the year, some kind of a stimulus plan before the end of the year. So Joe Biden can save his skin of his teeth mid-stream here. All right, have a good lunch. So Fed meeting tomorrow, CPI print, and whether it comes in higher than expected or lower than expected, I think that's going to be the deciding factor. In the short term, we are getting a bit of a bounce from Bitcoin. And again, real quick analysis here on the 4-hour time frame. If we can start to reclaim the purple 200, I'm going to leave it there. Call it at 68,000, back above 68,000, puts in a higher low. I would be looking for the, and there's going to be a lot of volatility going into this event here. Bitcoin, the liquidation levels, interested to see if we did hit the main batch of liquidity. Again, people are net short. There are 497 short liquidations to 123 longs. So where does that bring us back up to about 70,300? The question is, can we get back above there, put in a higher low, and it looks like that liquidity is going to get tagged. And why do I say that again? Stock market is up today, making new all-time highs for the NASDAQ, heading up towards our target of 20,000 bucks. S&P also almost making new highs, and the Dow is lagging behind. You got 2-year and 10-year treasuries coming down, and Dixie is kind of... I just turned $140 into $1,300 over the last 2 weeks. Yes, it's possible in the land of cryptocurrency. My name is Chris Mitchell. I am the CEO of Crypt Courses, and I'm bringing you this video because I'm going to give you some really good information on how to buy, sell, and trade digital currency. Now, you've probably heard about a lot of people making a lot of money in crypto, but you don't feel safe or intelligent enough to make the investment. That's why I created Bitcoin 101, how to stack sats using technical analysis. It's the crypto trader's dream to starting your crypto journey. It's absolutely free. All you gotta do is click on the link in the description below and we will get you your free guide today. Struggling to make its move. So we'll definitely probably see some volatility tomorrow. I also think the CMEs do line up pretty nicely as well for a perfect trend line test. So do we get a bounce first and grab all the liquidity up there? Because there is quite a bit. That is the question. And then I'm just going to throw it out there for those people that are into the meme coins. This bread on base seems to have tagged all the liquidity to the downside, putting in a stopping volume candle right here. So grabbed all this liquidity down here. Everybody stops down here, and now we're sending it higher. Here's a perfect example on the 4-hour time frame. Actually, I think it's perfectly seen here on the 2-hour, right? So you get a dramatic close below the range low. We tag the last little bit of liquidity here, quickly reclaim the range, and personally speaking, back above the 0.5 on Brett, I'd be looking to target the highs for a pretty big move on this one. But again, invalidation anywhere back below 14, call it 14 cents. Could definitely lead to a test into this trend line at some point. So big day tomorrow for Bitcoin. Also wanted to point out outflows today in the ETF. So part of the reason prices are coming down. And then what else I want to take a look at? Open interest. Open interest did get shaved off a bit here as price came down, but it's still relatively high. So showing some people probably adding some shorts here and still looking for that reclaim. Funding rates have not gone negative yet. So Another, you know, maybe not the buy of the opportunity of the lifetime right now, but definitely, you know, Bitcoin coming into a value area, you know, anywhere around, you know, 64 to 63,000. And again, you know, pointing out that 4-hour head and shoulders, we've said it all along. You know, the ultimate target for this one is a bit higher, taking the neckline on the 4-hour head and shoulders. And as long as we're above this shoulder at 61,000, it's still going to be valid. Taking a bit more time to play out here, that's for sure. But, you know, target, you know, coming in there about 79,000. So, you know, going to be stops along the way. I would definitely say that. But big explosive move right around the corner. Let's see what the Fed meeting does tomorrow. I'll be back with another one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Have yourself a blessed and highly favored rest of your day. Take care.